one of those times it might have paid to Google. Actress and singer Jennifer Lopez gave a very questionable concert over the weekend in the Central Asian nation of Turkmenistan. She wrapped up the show with a performance just for the president, who, by the way, is a tyrannical dictator, considered to have one of the worst human rights records in Asia. Watch this.
It was our pleasure, and we wish you the very, very happiest birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
She is for sure not the first time a superstar made millions like this, but what does it say about J-Lo? Does she have some damage control to do? Marketing guru Bruce Turkel joins me now. Bruce, I mean, this is so her PR people tried to say she didn't know until the very last minute that they were going to ask her to sing Happy Birthday. It's not her fault. They just kind of asked her, and she did it because she was being nice, and she didn't realize that it was, you know, an evil despot, you know, who the Human Rights Watch calls the worst of the worst in terms of dictators. They say, you know, freedom of the press there, second only to North Korea. But this is my question. Okay, so she was paid by China's National Petroleum Company to go and put on a show there for executives and local politicians. So she's paid Chinese oil money to go to an oppressive country where they squish out human rights everywhere they look, just stomp them flat. I mean, without even singing Happy Birthday, it seems like this whole thing was questionable. What do you think?
I know that you think, because my name is Turkel, that I'm an expert on Turkmenistan. The truth is, though, I'm not, and she wasn't either. But you know what? It's exactly what you said. Before I went on the show, I mean, I went to the country, I would have pulled out my iPad, I would have Googled it, and I would have made an informed decision. Ignorance is no longer an excuse.
No, it really isn't. I mean, it just took 2 seconds of Googling anyone on her staff. You know, whoever booked this should be fired unless they knew and they made the conscious decision. I mean, that's the other thing, because there's lots of other people, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, I mean, various people who have been paid, you know, they say, over $1 million by the Gaddafi family to go to Libya to a similar event. And, you know what you're getting into, and you decide just to do it because it seems to be worth the money. From a PR perspective, if she decided ahead of time, I'm going to get embroiled in this fiasco, where the president has ordered authorities in a city he was visiting to exterminate all stray cats and dogs, and then escalated it to killing house pets because he didn't want them along. This is the dictator in this country. He's driving down the street and he sees dogs by the side of the road with people, and he's like, kill that dog. Literally, he did. I mean, this is what he did. So if she knowingly knew that this is what this country was that she was going to, and they decided it was worth the money, maybe no one cares. I don't know. From a PR perspective, what do you think?
I think you're right. I think nobody cares. As you said, Human Rights Watch says it's one of the most repressive regimes, but nobody really knows who they are. Plus, don't forget, I think every singer is just dying to pull a Marilyn Monroe and sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President.
Maybe.
Now, to misquote politics, you know, I've seen Garbanguli Burmuki Medov, and he's no Jack Kennedy, but still.
Right. I'm glad you tried to say his name and not me, because I was going to go through the whole entire segment without trying to say it. Bruce,
I practiced it over and over and over, and I still got it wrong.
Big mistake. Real quick before you go, Paula Deen's publisher yanked the book that's supposed to come out in the fall. I mean, it was one thing they canceled all of her upcoming books, but it was #1 on Amazon's list to pre-order her next cookbook, which, by the way, was, you know, Paula Deen cooking light. It was like her normal Southern stuff, but they were going to lighten it up a little bit. Was that a good business decision? I mean, it was a bestseller, and they decided not to publish it. This is Random House. Was that a good business decision, or was that crazy?
I think it's a very good business decision, Melissa, because people aren't buying this book because they need another cookbook. They're buying it because it's a souvenir. Everybody loves a train wreck, and here's somebody selling this book. You know, she has pots. Her pots are no better or worse than anyone else's. Sears and Walmart are going to stop selling them. Those people are still going to buy pots. These people will still buy cookbooks, but her goose is cooked, and I think they were smart to pull out, get away, and cut their losses.
I don't know. It was a lot of money down the drain for something someone said a long time ago. I'm not sure. Bruce, always great to have you on.